Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm participating in the Speedy Scrapbooking Hop. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I am participating in the Speedy Scrapbooking Hop 2025 with Ginger from Ginger's Corner. If you're like me and you find that there are never enough hours in the day, but you still love to document your memories, go check out the collaborative playlist where scrappy YouTubers are sharing their tips for speedy scrapbook layouts. You can find the link to that in the description of this video, as well as a link to Ginger's Facebook group where you can find the sketches that have been shared to inspire speedy scrapbook layouts. So today I am going to be starting with this sketch from the Speedy Scrapbooking series, and it is by Mallory. And the thing I love about this one is that it shows a big kind of cut file in the center. And I find that if you put a cut file on a layout, it really does a lot of the work for you and the layout comes together super fast. So I think that's a great idea. So I'm just going to set that to the side. I am working today with the Sunshine and Blue Skies collection from Simple Stories from 2019. I used to have this entire collection, like all of it. I think. I felt like I had all of it. All that's left is a little bit of stickers, a little bit of chipboard, a little bit of the die cut pack, and a few papers, not much. I have some scraps already put away, and then I have these kind of bigger scraps, but it's not much. So today we are going to start by layering up these two pieces. So I did go into my Cricut design space and find a hexagon design that was similar to what's here. Mine has a few more triangles on the center than this one does. But yeah, and then I backed that cut file. And once this happens and you put it on your layout, look at how beautiful it is, and it just comes together so fast. So let's get some ink going. So I am going to ink everything today in Lost Shadow Distress ink. I'm not sure why this one is on my desk, but it's the gray one that's here, so that's what we're going to use. And we're just going to ink the edges of our papers. So on the back of this is all of these people kind of laying in their floaties, which I thought about doing because the pictures have my granddaughter floating on a floaty, but it didn't give me the... Like, I like how this one, the images are kind of closer together because of that I want to be able to see them, and it doesn't actually leave a lot of the background showing once we put everything together. So I decided to go with this side, and it will be still super fun. So I'm just going to ink up the edges of the pink. So then I am going to, looking at my sketch, we have the flat side of the hexagon up here, so that is how we're going to lay this one down. I think I'll ink the edges of this pink as well since we did the outside. There we go, that's better. So we have that, and then we have our 4 photos. So I went to my scraps and I cut 4 4¼ by 3¼ cards, and I have my 4 3x4 photos and my journaling. And we're just gonna ink up the edges of these so that they coordinate and mat them on some coordinating scraps. All right, so we got our photos on here, and I want to add some dimension to those. So a speedy scrapbooking tip for adding dimension to a photo without spending a ton of time is to use this fun foam from the craft store. You can get it at Walmart, and it's just kids fun foam, but it's adhesive on one side. So if I am going to do a quick pop-up of this, I don't want to go and peel off 15 little tiny pop dots backing. So this is one of the ways that I save time is by using this stuff, and just, it's also an inexpensive option. Double-sided foam tape can get expensive, So this fun foam is really cheap, and you just get it at, like I said, either Walmart or your local craft store. And then one peel, and we're ready to adhere it down to the layout. So I'm going to do that for all 4 of my photos today. Okay, so here's our sketch. Here's our layout so far. We've got photos down. I have to say, I have never thought to put my photos in all 4 corners, but thank you, Mallory, for helping me to think outside of the photo cluster. I don't know why I've never thought to do that before, but I love it. It's awesome. Okay, so now I need a title for my layout. So I am going to just, another speedy tip for scrapbooking is to choose a title that's already there for you. So I have this title here that says summer. I'm just going to pull that off of here. I'm not sure exactly how it's going to lay down here, so I'm just going to grab my T-square and just maybe start sticking it on there to see how it lines up. Okay, so that's the first part of my title, and then I think I'm also going to use a part off of the chipboard sheet to help me. Here's a storage tip in case you're interested. So I always find when I have these chipboard sheets that the pieces kind of fall out and they fall to the bottom of the packaging, which drives me crazy. So what I do is I grab like I save these. So this is an old sticker sheet, and it was empty, so I don't toss it in the garbage. I keep it until it doesn't work anymore, and I just use it for stuff like this. So sometimes I'll put like a title on it and take it with me if I'm leaving the house and don't want to take all the alphas, or like stuff like this. So here we have these stickers, or these chipboard pieces, but if I put that backing on, they tend not to fall out as easily. So that's just a little tip. And the sticker backing is still on here for the individual pieces, but if I put adhesive back, like this was the one that kept falling out, so I put adhesive behind it, stuck it to the sticker sheet, and it stays in there now. So I find that that seems to help. So I'm just going to set that aside for now. So for this one, because my photos are popped up, I'm going to stick my T-square ruler in the center and line it up from the top of the letters. Does that make sense? And that also kind of tells me where the center of my page is too, right? And of course, chipboard letters are always going to need a little bit of extra adhesive as well. There we go. So there we have our title. Now we have some journaling here. Mallory put her name at the bottom, so I'm going to maybe take that as journaling and sort of set us up down there. So let's start with okay, so let's look first at our stickers. So I have 4 photos and 4 tabs, so I feel like I could put 1 tab on each photo, and that would be fun. What does this say? Mermaid hair? Well, I don't know. Could be. Can't see under her cute little hat, but it'll work. All wet. And then what else can we put in there? Good times. Okay. All right. Anything else I want from here? I do like the pool floaty here and these pieces, but we will see if we need them or not. I also went through here. So I had these little cut aparts. These are not from this collection. They're from, I think, Amy Tan, an old Amy Tan sheet. And I've been cutting them out forever and ever and ever. It's the embellishment that never ends, because it was a lot of little glasses and I decided to use them all like this. So there's that. And then I went through the pack and put all the ones that were just boys back in. And I'm not going to use, there's a couple more cut apart cards here, but I'm not going to use those today. So we have The ones that were girls or floaties are here. I already cut those out, so we don't need to look around or cut those out still. And then we have a few other things. So this one says make a splash. That could be cute. This one is a camera. Also could work, right? A surfboard, sure, why not? And a flamingo pool floaty, which I feel like kind of represents the swan pool floaty, which is great. We have a donut, we have a popsicle. We're not really talking food here. Rainbow. I do like the rainbow. That's cute. And we also have a unicorn one, which is kind of cute too. So I don't think I'm going to use the pink flamingo. I liked this because she's floating, you know, this one would contrast better with the photo mat. I also have these ladies, which could go, we could put one down here. Summer fun, little blondie like my girl. And then we could put some hearts in with our title. That's fun too. Something like that. Then we could put some sunglasses in 3 spots on our layout. I don't think we're going to use this label. I thought maybe for our date, but I feel like our date can go in any of the pink lines. So let's skip that. I have, this one's a maybe. Maybe. And then we're going to choose maybe just the green ones out of here. So I'm thinking, she's not wearing sunglasses and I already have sunglasses represented, but I could use the little flip-flops. They're cute. Let's put them down here with our journaling because I think they're fun. So these puffies were also not part of the collection. They were from Close to My Heart, but I felt like they went well enough that I could toss them in with this bundle of things. Any chipboard pieces that are going to go on here. So we could do this cute little swimsuit. It's fun. What else? I could use the beach ball, but I'm not sold on it. And also this girl has a beach ball already. So maybe I'll just set it to the side for now. We also have these 2x2 cut aparts that could make some really cute little embellishments, but I don't think we need them. I feel like we've got a lot going on here. So we just need to glue things down and finalize those clusters. Okay, so I feel like we got all of that stuff inked up and glued down and we're ready to add our date and our finishing touches. So let's get the date on here somewhere. Now that I know where everything is going to be, I feel like I can choose a spot to stamp my date. Let me see that. Could also put it right in this triangle. That works. Okay. And then we are going to put some, I picked yellow enamel dots. These ones are Pocket Full of Sunshine, which goes with our sunshine and blue skies idea, right? So let me just layer this up on the yellow. It's a pretty light yellow, so I figure the lightest one, yep, looks like it. So we will put just a few scattered around. So I think I'm going to do a big and a medium. Maybe like that, and then a little one. Okay, so everything was inked in the Lost Shadow Distress ink. We have some enamel dots around our little embellishment areas, and I did embellish on every photo. I thought that was really fun. The reason you're seeing this as a little bit strange on camera is because there's gold on these chipboard pieces, and so it reflects funny in the daylight. So it doesn't look good on camera, but it's really cute in person. Maybe I'll hold it up to the camera. But I'm thinking that this is my layout for today, and I will have some detail shots and a close-up shot of the layout at the end of the video. My tips today for speedy scrapbooking were use a large cut file. It does a great amount of the work for you. And also to use the fun foam in behind your photos to pop them up instead of those tiny little pop dots. It's quick and simple. Okay, so thank you to Ginger and Mallory for creating the sketches for this series and encouraging those of us who have limited time to keep documenting our memories. If you're here from the Speedy Scrapbooking playlist, thank you so much for spending time on my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you'll come back again. I think that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have a question or comment, just leave it down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I really love hearing from you guys. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.